A statement from Phillip Schofield has been read out at Exeter Crown Court today, in his brother Timothy's alleged sexual abuse trial. Timothy Schofield, 54, is standing trial at Exeter Crown Court, accused of 11 charges of interfering with a child. It is alleged Schofield, of Bath, sexually abused a child over the space of 3 years, the court heard earlier this week. One charge involves a sex act with a child. Others include allegedly forcing the victim to watch pornography. The alleged offences, which Schofield denies, took place between 2016 and 2019, while Schofield worked for Avon and Somerset Police as an IT worker. In today's hearing, a written statement from Phillip was read out in court. The statement alleged that Timothy Schofield had phoned Phillip in an agitated and upset state, and Mr. Schofield had invited him to drive to his home in London from Bath on September 12, 2021. Mr. Schofield said in his statement, "It was the weekend and he asked if it was okay to talk. Tim was in an extreme state of agitation, and he said that he was on the verge of killing himself. He said his head was in a mess. Tim was clearly very upset, and I asked if he could safely drive. Tim said he could, so I asked him to drive to my address in London. Around 2 or so hours later Tim arrived, and I could see he was in a heightened state of agitation. It was distressing to see him in such a state, and he was as angry as I have ever seen him. I told Tim to come inside, and over the next couple of hours we spoke. The conversation went on for a time and he was furiously angry." Mr. Schofield said they spent several hours talking, including eating a meal at his home. "I was washing up and Tim was standing behind me and he said, 'You are going to hate me for what I am about to say,'" Mr. Schofield said. "I said there was nothing he could say that would make me hate him. Then he said that he and the teenager had time together and that last year they had watched porn and masturbated. I turned and said, 'What did you just say?' He said it was last year and we were alone together. Tim said it was just this once. I told him it should never happen again. He then started to tell me about the boy's body. I said, 'Fug, stop.' I shouted at Tim that he had to stop. I didn't want to know any of the details, but he made it sound like a one-off. I said, 'I don't want you to tell me anymore.' I said, 'You've got to stop, just never do it again. Regardless how that happened, it must never happen again.' The statement also added how he suggested to his brother to see a GP and get counseling. I also suggested that needed to seek counseling and needed to see a doctor and take pills, to take the edge off the anger," Mr. Schofield said. Tim said he didn't want to take pills. At some point in the conversation Tim told me he was also impotent, and I responded that there were pills for that, too. Tim said that he was worried any pills would interfere with his heart medication, and I said he needed to see a doctor because they could sort it out. Phillip has missed out on filming This Morning alongside Holly Willoughby this week. He was replaced by Alison Hammond on Monday and Tuesday. Alison announced she would be filling Phillip's shoes last week on the show. As she told fans what to expect while hosting Friday's show, she said, "On Monday's This Morning, Shirley Ballas will be here as she reveals why her latest project will be more competitive than Strictly." Dermot O'Leary added, "David O'Money has all you need to know about getting your garden ready for spring." Alison then chimed in to say, "Guess what, I'm going to be hosting. Monday, 10 o'clock, see you there." Meanwhile, The Masked Singer presenter Joel Dommett is standing in for Phillip on Wednesday and Thursday. The news was announced by ITV on social media last night, who wrote, "Join at Holly Wills and guest presenter at Joel Dommett, this Wednesday and Thursday on #thismorning. See you at 10 a.m. on ITV1, STV and at ITVX."